Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. You want to find a position that is both sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable during the practice because then you'll just be distracted by the way your body feels during the practice. You also want to find a sense of you want to be stable because it gives us a sense of groundedness. It tells your body that you are here to stay and not using this moment as a stepping stone for the next. Sitting in a chair works very nicely. You can sit in a formal meditation posture if you like. You can even lie down. Just find what works for you. There's also an option to keep your eyes closed or open during this practice. It's up to you. And if you prefer to close your eyes during the practice, go ahead and close your eyes. But if you prefer to keep your eyes open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you, kind of looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular spot on the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly, yet clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy seated position, and your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly, yet clearly downwards. Are you aware right now? Sounds like a silly question, because the answer is so obvious. But how do you know? Where do you have to go to know that you are aware? Wherever you have to go, stay there. Now, this may be a strange instruction, but it's only strange if you're trying to think about it. So if you find yourself chattering to yourself, trying to understand like you would understand it in school through ideas, See if you can just leave those alone. This question isn't meant to be answered in the usual way. This question is to point you to you. So I'll ask you again. Are you aware? How do you know? Stay there and rest. Thoughts will try to explain this away. Leave those alone. And recognize that there's awareness of thoughts as well. So just come back to awareness. Nothing spooky, nothing spiritual, just awakeness, conscious, aware. And if I'm catching you lost in a thought right now, notice that you can see thinking. Put rather more clearly, there is awareness of thoughts. Just like there's an awareness of this voice, my voice, an awareness of body sensations. But what is awareness itself? Awakeness. What is this? You can't know it, of course, by thinking about it. You can't see it by looking for it. But you can be it by remaining where you are. There's no effort to be aware. In fact, you may notice that effort is better if it's dropped and awareness shines through. And you may notice that you don't have to try to be aware. It just happens by itself. Right here, spontaneously, immediately, before thinking about it. There's nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Nothing to reach for. So just rest as this awakeness, this conscious, this open, clear, knowing, whatever you want to call it. It's better not to give it a name. Remain as that. And I might be catching you thinking about dinner or sex or whatever. Whenever you're lost in thought, whenever you're thinking about something, just inquire, what sees this? What sees the thinking? Don't make a statement like, oh, it's awareness that sees thinking, or it's my mind that sees thinking. Don't make a statement. Don't make a judgment. Don't make a conclusion. Before all your conclusions, before all thinking, you're awake. Right there. Rest. Right here. Rest. What sees these thoughts? Step back. Remain here. Clear. Open. There's nothing to do. So remain as that and completely rest. All right, you can look at the screen. Yes, it really is that simple. You'll see maybe a lot of spiritual circles talk about awareness or consciousness and, you know, uh, but it's not that spooky as it sounds. You're awake right now, right? You're aware. Simple. Everyone is. We're all aware. That's it. We don't usually notice that. When I first moved away and started practicing with my teacher, there was a 7-day retreat. My first retreat, actually, now that I think about it. My very first retreat, 7 days with my teacher, which is great. Total silence, practicing 12 hours a day. And there was a moment, I think on like the 4th day, I'm sitting there just trying to let go of thought and return to the breath, trying to let go of thought, return to the breath, trying to let go of thought and return to the breath, that I realized that there's something that sees, I don't even know how to explain it. All of a sudden, I realized no matter what thought was going on, it was seen. And whatever was seeing the thought was there before thinking arose. Now, people call this awareness. Some people call it Buddha. Some people call it Christ consciousness, whatever. All the names are wrong because it's not thinking. And so I had this moment where it's like thoughts didn't have to disappear. I didn't have to like try to do anything with thoughts because what was seeing them, what is seeing them, isn't thought itself. And that was really more me than any idea of myself, of Nathan with problems and world aspirations and things I want, things I don't like, my life circumstance. It's all seen, all of it. But the moment you say, this is why I fear using words like awareness or things like that, because people start making a thing of them. Oh yeah, I'm awareness. I am pure consciousness. And you can always tell when somebody's speaking this way that it's just a little bit of belief in there. A little bit of a good feeling, and I'm going to ride with it. Not a true insight. A true insight. That's why I don't like the words. There's something that notices everything before before thinking arises. There's something here. And here's another thing. The thing you feel to be right now is seen. I'll say that again. The person you think you are, that whole thing is seen. And you can just realize this and remain as it. Not that you can see it and catch it or whatever, but just remain as it. Don't call it something. Don't try to make it a thing. Don't try to say I'm enlightened now and now I know the secret. No, just remain as that. That's why in Hinduism, they call it tat, which means that. Tat tramasi. That thou art. You're it. And the more we practice, we realize that this awareness thing isn't something to be reached for. You can't grab it, you are it. Knives don't cut themselves. Fire doesn't burn itself. You can't chomp on your own teeth, as Alan Watts would say. You're it. Don't make a thing of it. Just be it. Thank you for your time today. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.